So I get made fun of by people who have jobs, who work 9 to 5 or whatever, They are angry at me because I don't have a job. And I still make a good living from the money I have saved up from my previous jobs. Isn't that something? Actually saving your money, not having kids and not getting married. Because you have kids first before you get married. It's not like you actually made the decision to have a kid. But so one of my friends, she put up a flat earth question. And so has anyone else heard of the flat earth? Is it logical? Sometimes I'm sitting in my room and notice that objects appear still, too still. How could this be? If there was, in fact, a gravitational pull, would the object be circling in the direction of the Earth? Or in the opposite direction? On my mind. Well, you got a mind there. You got a truth-seeking, open-hearted, open-minded person there. So, let's see here. Go to sacredgeometry.com. Our Earth is not flat. There's a specific conversation in here I wanted to show you guys. It's hilarious. That's an incredibly silly argument for the Earth being a sphere. And don't get me wrong, I know sacred geometry. Oh, God damn it. Hold on. Alright, sorry about that. And don't get me wrong, I know sacred geometry exists, but to say here, go to this website about sacred geometry, the Earth is a ball, is very silly. Yeah, it is. That's what I said. Let's see here. Your opinions. I don't believe it is silly. All the satellites and space station in orbit around Earth, the moon is not flat, astronauts orbited around to the dark side of the moon with no radio contact. It is useless to argue with flat earther theorists. Are the sun and all the planets flat also? That's not a question I've heard before. I've never heard this question before. Never have I heard that question. So when the Earth was formed, all those large pieces of rocks made a flat plane. The Earth has an iron core, gravity. Oh boy. The moon is not flat. No human has ever seen the dark side of the moon. Thus, you've only ever seen one side of it. No humans have ever landed on the moon. The moon is not something you can land on. You don't know what the core of the Earth is made from. No one does. When metal is heated, it loses its magnetic properties. Gravity depends on the theory of magnetism generated by a superheated molten metal inner core. I'm not arguing, I'm providing facts. You're right though, it is useless to try and debate me when you don't even know your own heliocentric model. Yes, it's very useless debating against flat earthers, because they're always right and cannot be proved wrong, because the Earth is indeed flat, and that doesn't have anything to do with me believing in it. I don't believe in anything. Let's see here. P.S. No one knows how or when the Earth was formed. Laugh out loud, unless you're a scientist pretending the Big Bang and evolution started it. Laugh out loud. Clueless liars and deceivers they are. Really wanted to, the ground being stationary is way more logical than it hurling through a vacuum and that we are stuck to it, even though it's spinning at 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. That's funny. Let's see here. Oh, okay. So this was the conversation. Oh, wait. Let's see here. A prime example of the dumbing down of America. We've already been dumbed down to believe we stick to a spinning ball. Your response, but gravity? You seriously think the world is flat? Do the human race a favor and don't reproduce. Wow, that is original. Totally original there. Never heard that. You do the human race a favor and don't breed as well. I like that guy. I don't even have to friend him. Let's see here. Whether or not the world is flat isn't up for debate or opinion. It's been proven. It's been a proven fact for hundreds of years now. It's a proven fact. It's not about having an open mind. It's about understanding scientific facts. Can you show me such facts? well, that was 8 hours ago, and 8 hours went by. Oh, I guess he couldn't show any facts. I thought I was going to have to come in and straighten this thread up. I didn't have to, because this guy came in and did it for me. Let's see here. There is a thing called science and physics. This is what's wrong with the younger generation. Sorry, no offense. It's the internet. Alright. There's a reason they are called laws of physics, not theories of physics. Not to mention the mass amount of people in countries, etc., covering up and giving us fake pics of what our planets look like from space. Yes, I know, that's what they do. Laugh out loud at the laws of physics. Which ones prove the Earth is a spinning oblate parish spheroid? And no response, like usual. No response, like usual. Let's see here. Now, let's get it. This is the conversation I wanted to share with you guys, but she blocked me. So you can't see the things that she says, the Shea girl. But since I always quote people's and I put people in quotes, I can see what she said in there. So let's see here. Obviously, little Shea said something here. Shea asked a question about why things fall. And Britain says, things fall because they are denser than their surroundings. So I asked Shea, why do balloons rise? Why do balloons rise, Shea? I mean, that's totally an offensive question right there. Super insulting. And Shea responded with, balloons rise because there's a spirit inside of the balloon. And it's like, I don't know, she was trying to be funny because she didn't have any answer. So I asked her, why do balloons rise? And she tried to make some sort of like funny response, like there's a spirit in the balloon that's moving it, and that's why it rises. So I knew she was going to say that or something retarded like that. Exactly. You get stumped on a simple question, just like I knew you would. Hold on, my fucking roommate's home.